Thank you, Sister Tawanda. I want to call up Brother Noah, who's with the Mind Over Matter Collective. Thank you.
Peace and blessings, brothers and sisters. If you guys don't mind, I want you to repeat after me. I am a human being. Come on, y'all. I want you guys to yell that out. I want to hear it and feel it from your base chakra, as I love to say. I am a human being. And my life has value. I am a human being. And my life has value. Brothers and sisters, we are in very trying times. We are at war. And it's not just war against citizens and police, it's war against organizations, war against yourselves, spiritual wars, demonic wars, war against your government, war against your boss, war against your cat in the house. It is a plethora of wars that we are following. And I think as an activist, as a frontliner, just like Sister Tawanda Jones, who's been out here for 165 weeks, I'm sure she has to remind herself that she is a human being and that her life has value. So when we look on the news daily and we see our brothers and sisters being slain by the police, by ourselves, our brothers and sisters overseas being slain by armies, by so-called terrorists, their lives have been deemed valueless, or in a capitalist system, statistics and numbers. That is what it is deduced to. So that's why I say we need to constantly remind ourselves that we are human beings and our lives has value. That's why we are out here standing with these picket signs in solidarity with North Carolina, with Korryn Gaines, Freddie Gray, Tyrone Race, Tyrone West, Keith Davis, and Anthony Anderson. That they were human beings and their lives have value. That's why we're sitting out here every week after 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 week. Every time you turn on your television, it is another killing. Every time you turn on your television, it is another. I was scared for my life. I feared for my life. I was afraid for my life. I feared him, this big black man, this human being who eats and sleeps and has emotions and children's aspirations and dreams just like the rest of us. That their lives had value, that they are human beings. Why must we be deduced to numbers and statistics? Why in 2016 are we out here still with picket signs yelling that our lives have value? So ladies and gentlemen, as Sister Tawanda said, as Reverend Witherspoon said, and as I'm sure all the rest of the activists for the rest of the day will speak, and so on and has before, that it takes more than just standing out here with picket signs. We are at war. We cannot rely on our government at all. I love Sister Korryn Gaines because she had the balls to stand up and claim sovereignty. And that is a word that we shy away from. But I think that is the word that will guide us into the future. And by sovereignty, I mean not you taking up arms and claiming that we don't fuck with the government no more. I mean you creating community gardens. I mean you and your neighborhood getting up and see what you can do and get transformers and solar panels so everybody can stand down and get free energy. Come on now. I'm talking about collecting rainwater and getting a fucking filtration system so we can have control of our own water and destroy food deserts. I'm talking about taking control of the housing so we can take control and there will be no more homeless. There will be housing for the transgenders, housing for the college student, housing for the elders, housing for the working class. That is what I mean when I say sovereignty. So if you're not an organizer, if you feel like, oh, I don't know how to do any of this, I don't know what you mean, motherfuckers, Google, and excuse my language. I hate to be raw, but we don't got time for playing political correct, or Sister Tawanda say, playing the politician's way. We are at war, ladies and gentlemen, and we are behind enemy lines. So when you wake up in the morning and you see another brother slain, when you see people throwing trash on the street and you walk by it, when you are witnessing the decadence of your neighborhoods, and I live in Sandtown, and it is mass gentrification all around. When you're out here standing in solidarity, when you wake up in the morning, when you go to sleep at night, when you're taking a shower, I want you to say constantly in your mind or out loud, I am a human being and my life has value. I am a human being and my life has value. I am a human being and my life has value. I am a human being and my life has value. Because they don't believe it. Your life don't have value to your oppressors. So you have to claim that your life has value. If they don't see that our black brothers and sisters and our brown brothers and sisters' lives don't have value, we, as the populace, must demand that their lives have value. We must form cop watches so these pigs do not have the leisure to constantly beat and kill our brothers and sisters. We cannot sit idly by on our couches and watch as the days go by and global warming eats the earth, and as the cops kill more brothers daily and daily and daily, as the politicians fill us with hoodwink bullshit and bullshit trickle-down politics. So when I say, or when any activist say sovereign community, you do not get scared and shy away. Sovereignty means what you can do for your community, what you can do for your brother, how you see, how you perceive your brother, the very ideologies you walk around with. Does your life have value? When you look in the mirror, do you feel that, do you love yourself? Do you have self-preservation? Because if you don't feel your life has value, you don't give a fuck about anybody else's life having value. That's why it's easily for you to sit idly by on the couch and say, oh, well, woe is me. Another brother has been slain. So when it comes to sovereignty, it needs to be sovereignty within the mind, a revolution within yourself so it can implement outside yourself. You reap what you sow. Because why? You are a human being and your life has value. Say that. I am a human being and my life has value. I am a human being and my life has value. That needs to be your mantra as an activist, as a human being, as an organizer, as a frontliner, as those who come and just stand in solidarity. You cannot forget, because our oppressors do not see us as valueful. They see us as valueless. So we have to change our perceptions and continue to believe that we have value. I would like to say a sonnet from our sister Shakur.
Yes.
And I say this every day when I wake up because I think this is the very basis of our revolution. And I say this again and again, we are behind enemy lines. So these mantras and these sonnets are very important to keep us steady, because it's very easy to fall to the wayside. It's very easy to get depressed and very emotion-full every time you see is another brother, and everything you do organizing just seems not to work, because everything you do every day more brothers are being slain. So it's very important that you continue the fight and you say these mantras to keep your spirit alive. So please repeat after me in the spirit of our warrior, Sister Shakur. It is our duty to fight for our freedom.
It is our duty to fight for our freedom.
It is our duty to win.
It is our duty to win.
We must love each other and protect each other.
We must love each other and protect each other.
We have nothing to lose but our chains.
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 I said we have nothing to lose but our chains.
We have nothing to lose but our chains.
Peace and blessings, sisters and brothers.